session. Okay, so you recently discussed with me that you have some questions and you want to ask me. That's why we organized this webinar. So let's share this chat with other people. So let me share my other screen with the viewers. And first of all, I'll introduce myself. After that, I'll be telling about that what is the future of development, and we'll be talking about it. All right. So all right. Hopefully you can see my screen. So that's basically my portfolio. It's all about. And let me introduce myself. My name is Usama Sarwar. I'm from Faisalabad, Pakistan, and currently I'm serving as a senior team lead at Bytrix. And if we talk about my skills, I have skilled in e-commerce platform development. And if we talk about the programming languages, I know more than 20 programming languages, but expert in Flutter. And I have developed applications, many applications like alshafi.web.app, that is basically a medical diagnostics application. And except this, I have developed application in Flutter, Dart, Python, Java, C Sharp, C++, and JavaScript frameworks. SN, please confirm, am I audible? All right. All right. So, okay. And what I develop mobile and app development, web development, UI UX development, and I also do write technical blog. I'll show you in a while. And here's my little some of my apps, my portfolio, and here's how you can get in touch with me. Okay, so starting with the Flutter. That what is Flutter, and why we should choose Flutter, and all about that we must know about Flutter. So Flutter is basically a Google UI toolkit that is for building beautiful natively compiled applications for mobile web and desktop. Except this, Flutter also support other platforms Windows desktop, Mac OS desktop, and Linux, and also embedded as well. And the very good thing that is in the Flutter, that it is fast development, expressive and flexible UI, and native performance. All right, if we talk about that, you want to build applications, okay? So to build an applications, you can choose different frameworks. For example, you can also choose native, and we have Java, we have Kotlin, we have Swift. But the specialty of Flutter is its cross-platform, because we'll have to code only once and you will have your apps available in more than 6 platforms. So this is basically the magic of Flutter. Alright, so here we have a sample code that is already written in the Flutter documentation. Let's build this. I just clicked on run, and hopefully it will compile. Alright, so it is compiled. So basically it's just a little project that is built with Flutter, and as you can see that it is running in the browser, so we can say that Flutter support browser. And if we talk about development in Flutter, so we can say that Flutter is all best ever. Why? Because of its feature of hot reload. Basically, what is hot reload? Hot reload is all about that when you are developing your application, you don't need to wait a long time. You just need to change your code. You just click on hot reload, and that's it. And your UI will be updated within a minute, within seconds even. Yeah, yeah, please, Essen. Yeah, basically, what I want to say in Java, we don't have hot reload functionality. In Java, we have to build it once again, and it takes a lot of time, and that makes the whole process very hectic. So, that was a major problem for the developers, and that's why Google solved this problem by introducing such an amazing functionality like hot reload. After that, we have expressive, beautiful UIs. Just like everyone knows that Flutter is famous for front-end development, and its UI is very interesting and development. That's why businesses are trying to shift their applications on Flutter. And if we talk about its performance, I have written an article on it, a detailed article on it, that what is the difference between React Native and Flutter. Currently, there are two technologies in the market. The first one is React Native, and the second one is Flutter. But if we talk about the functionality, Flutter is a bit more efficient than React Native. I'll explain why. Uh, Most of the people at this time gonna deny this fact, but I'll explain it later. And it has native performance mean it has good computing power, and it takes less time in loading. Although there are many bugs, and currently Flutter is developed in development stage, and hopefully we'll get the most stable variant in recent times. All right, so let's talk about who is using Flutter. So Google, of course. Essen, your voice is very low. Please. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, exactly. That is the point, that who is using Flutter, that everyone would like to know that if it is very good thing, then who gonna like it? Who gonna use it? So we have definitely Google. It made the product, and definitely it will use it, and it is used in Google Pay. We have an application Google Pay that is built with Flutter. We have eBay, we have BMW software that controls your whole vehicle with a key, with the mobile application that is built with Flutter. And we have applications Cure, Alibaba Group, and Capital One, and there are a lot of there. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, yeah, please. Yeah, please. All right. So let's move on. People will comment and I'll respond them. All right. So I just told that I have written an article that will tell you about what is the difference, and why Flutter is more flexible than React Native. So I have an article on LinkedIn. Just let me open my profile. Right, I think it's recent activities, or we should go into activities posts, but it's not opening. I forgot the URL actually. Let me open it in Medium. Alright, so here we have this article, inspiration for Flutter app development. Alright, so in this article, everything is well explained, that whatever I have told in the previous section, that why I'm preferring Flutter over React Native. Okay, first of all, I have defined the Flutter's fast development. As it is discussed, all the sources are from Flutter's official website. Expressive and beautiful UIs, Flutter native performance. All right, if we talk about the Flutter system architecture, we can see we have this framework, Dart, that is on the backend. The language we use, that is Dart. We have Material, Capitino, that is basically used on iOS. We have widgets. Everything in Flutter is a widget. If you are using text, that is a widget. If that is some animation, that is a widget. If that is a gesture, all things in Flutter are widget. And if we talk about the development tool chain and production tool chain, so it's very easy and very fast, the process to develop and deploy it. All right. Yeah, what? Yeah, thank you. Alright, so if we talk about the competition, so we have its competitor, React Native. So if we talk about the performance, so basically React Native applies JavaScript bridge to transform its widget to OEM widgets. Alright, so this is a notable point. Hence, performance is decreased due to constant convention. So this is a very first point that explains all about the performance. And Flutter doesn't use any bridge, running in a fast, smooth, and stable UI execution. So that's why we can say that Flutter is a bit more efficient in performance rather than React Native. If we talk about the UI components, like user interface components, so here we have Flutter uses material design like Android, and Cappuccino, like I have already told you, this is for iOS. Widgets to intimidate the platform design itself. And React Native is dependent on third-party libraries to achieve the same. So at this point of view, we can say that Flutter is far better than React Native. And if we talk about native components and widgets, so it says the framework must have easy access to native components to ensure ultimate performance. But React Native depends on third-party libraries, so definitely the performance will decrease due to third-party libraries. Although Flutter have its own UI rendering components, just like it has Material and Cupertino for iOS. If we talk about time to market, so React Native takes a longer development time due to presence of bridge. So definitely it has a bridge, and it has third party libraries. So definitely it takes take more time than relevant to Flutter. And support for testing, if we talk about that if we want to test, so there are no official supported tools for app testing in React Native. Only third-party tools, like some of them, like Appium and Detox, are available. Flutter doesn't have enriched set of widgets testing feature such as unit widget integration testing, but Flutter is working on it. All right, so these are basically few stats and I think Flutter is far better than React Native. So that was all about it. And if we talk about its uses and from business viewpoint of area, we can say it's entrepreneur's choice. It's cost efficient. Definitely, a single code base is making application for more than 6 platforms. And if we talk about user interface and user experience, it has built-in widgets that are built on the standard guidelines of Material and Cupertino. And business logic and UI across platform is also very good choice on it. And less development time with hot reload, definitely it's a good choice for the developers, and developers are happy with this feature of hot reload. It basically saves a lot of time for the developers. And if we talk about its futuristic approach, so Freshia OS supporting IoT, matlab Internet of Things. So these are some features, and that's why I think that Flutter is the future. And if, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's a very good and interesting question. Let me answer it. So, as you can say, if you search on YouTube, you will find a lot of tutorials over there. Although there are many YouTubers that are working really very hard to make their content worthwhile, but I would like to suggest the Flutter's official documentation. And in my entire life, I have never seen such an amazing documentation. Everything is categorized and everything is well documented with comments. So I would suggest that you must visit flutter.dev/talks, and let me show you some of the tips. For example, I don't know about Flutter and I just visit their documentation. I go into cookbook, and here I have all settings. For example, I don't know how to display a snack bar, so I will simply click here, and it will show me the whole code, and it will explain me about all the functions of the widget, all the children, and all the properties that I need to execute it efficiently. And furthermore, it has also as a plus point, it has a built-in compiler. We can code it, we can try it. For example, here is written snack bar demo. Okay, so I need to change it to, for example, alright, so for example, I have written here growmore.pk, and if I run it, so it will execute very smoothly and will show us the output. Alright, so basically this widget was the title. This was not this app bar. Let me find where is that. Yeah, this is app bar. So let me just copy it and paste it here. The title bar is basically it displays here on the browser's title, so that why it doesn't appear here, but now it will appear. All right, so we have here growmore.pk, and similarly we can test the functionality, the above functionalities right here on the website on a single page. So I think it's a good choice to start with the documentation. Everything is here, and you will find the testing and debugging tools here. You will find debugging apps programmatically and all other stuff that you need. Alright, so if we talk about earning point of view, so definitely you can earn as much as you want. It's not about how and which language you are using, but if you talk about the scope, so Flutter has the potential to come to the market. For example, how? Let me give you an example. That for example, if we just take scenario of a company, and client come to the company, and client says, I have a business and I need an application that will run on 6 platforms. So the company will have to hire 6 developers to build that application. But in case of Flutter, the company will have to hire only one developer. So definitely, if the company will pay that developer even the half of total amount that the company is paying to all those 6 developers. So if we think that way, so Flutter developers are in very, what we can say, in demand. So all right, all right, all right. So if you want to be a Flutter developer, so first of all, you must know the basics of programming, and after that you must know about object-oriented programming. You must know about data structures, and you must be efficient in that if you want to work on the backend side. So mainly when we are making apps with Flutter, we deal with two things. The first is Flutter framework, and the second is Dart. If you know C++ programming language, then you can assume that you know 95% of Dart language. Dart is approximately same language as the C++, and it works also the same way. But if we talk about Flutter, it's a bit different and it's more complex than the Dart. Dart is very simple. So you will have to read the documentations here. You will have to make your applications, and if you want to grow more, so you can join Grow More. They also have several courses for Flutter, for other as well, for graphic designing, for content writing, and other skills as well. So you can join any institute, you can join even a developer, you can join even some individual who can teach you, who can help you out in all that stuff. Yeah, exactly. Time is money. All right. If we can say that you need to search on Google like Flutter Gallery. Let me search it. Okay, if you type Flutter Gallery, you will find this URL gallery.flutter.dev. So what is it about? It is about that what you can build with Flutter. So here are some applications that Flutter built for us in a single application. Let's have a view of it. For example, we have total theme control. Let me switch it to the light. Okay, so that it is visible to our viewers. Okay, let's open our very first application, that is reply. So this is basically a simple application that is built with Flutter. It is open source, you can download their source code, and you can have that you can see how it works. For example, you have start, so it will be moved here. For example, I have start it will be moved into the start section. I have trash section. Alright, so let's visit another application, that is Shrine. So you need no username password. It's just a demo project. It will be lock you in. So it's basically an e-commerce application that is also open source. A very simple UI. For example, if I want to add some of the products, I'll be adding it, and it will be added into the cart. And from here we can proceed to the checkout. All right, so next application that is really this is basically a business logic application in which you can have your stats and money statistics, etc, etc. Then we have Crane application that is for restaurants and destination booking platform type. So you have different categories, for example sleep, eat. So all these applications are built with Flutter Fab. For example, we have another Fortnightly, nightly. Okay, this is basically a we can say a news app type thing, and this is also very interesting. So all these apps are built with Flutter. And if you want to learn and you don't know that how to do, you are very beginner of Flutter, you can always have a look at on the widgets. For example, you will see widget here. For example, you don't know how to apply app bar, so just click on this widget and it will tell you that this is the app bar and this is how it is behaving currently, and how to build it. Just click on the demo code and it will give you all the code of this page. So just learn from it, don't just copy from it, copy all and use it. No, just learn from it that how it is built, how he had initialized functions, how he had arranged the widgets, how the child are used in it. Okay, so it's a very good platform. And if for example if we don't know about slider, okay, it's very common. Okay, let's all right, this is interesting. Snack bar. Okay, so I don't know how to do it, so I'll simply click on it and it's working. And here we have also an action. Okay, so I want to look at the code. So here will be the code. So basically this code is for the whole application, so this is not only for the snack bar. But if you see here, we have this body, means this body. We have elevated button, that is this button, and on press, when I press on it, what should happen. So this is a function over here. For example, scaffold messenger of context hide current snack bar. Okay, that if a snack bar is active and I again click on it, okay, so the previous will be hide and the new one will be shown. And what text I should display, what action, this is the action that I am clicking here. And on action there is again a snack bar, we can look at here. This is the action, and on action we have again a snack bar action. And and what should happen when we press on it. So this is the code. So you can learn things very quickly from it and from the documentation. Yeah, why not? Why not? Anyone can become a Flutter developer. You just need to, for example, if I type here Dart. Okay, so we have also Dart.dev, just like Flutter.dev. We have Dart.dev, and all the documentation is there. For example, language tour, samples and tutorials, list of Dart core labs. All right, so all the nodes, all the other values, are available here. If you visit dart.dev, you can see everything is mentioned here, and every documentation is here. Although you will have to take, you will give your time, you will have to give your time. So you can learn as much as you want from it. All right, let me read the comment again. Please explain an algorithm. What are some of its important features? All right, if we talk about its features, so it has all the necessary features that an application should have. Can you please specify of what kind of features you are talking about? In general, basically it's Google's UI toolkit that has almost every feature that an app should have. For example, I think you came late. Let me explain it once again. That for example, it has feature of fast development, expressive and flexible UIs, and response like native platform. And are you talking about these features or any specific feature? Please mention. All right. Yeah, exactly as I have explained in my previous blog post on Medium. I have mentioned all the facts that if we talk about React Native, for example, come to this section competition. So we have a better performance. Flutter has better performance. Flutter has better UI components. Flutter has better native components and features. Flutter has less time to market time. Sport for testing, although it's yet not very stable, but Flutter is working on it. And if we talk about the ecosystem, that is indeed React Native has a mature and rich ecosystem with more packages as in Flutter. All right, so at this point React Native is a bit more ahead from Flutter, but Flutter is catching up very fast. If you see on GitHub, you can see the community is growing very rapidly. So if we consider all these facts, so we can say it's the future. Yeah, yeah, it's growing very rapidly. Although React Native is mature because React Native is older than the Flutter, but the Flutter is future. If we talk about the future things. All right, guys, this session is going to close. If you have any questions, we are live for 5 minutes. You may ask. I'll answer your questions. Alright, Flutter Guider has commented important features like it has hot reload. that is not available in other programming languages for building iOS and Android apps. And the second main thing is, if we talk about six platform, I have mentioned it also in my portfolio. Six platform, which are six platform like Google Fuchsia, okay, Android, iOS, web, Windows, Linux, Chromebook, and Google Fuchsia. I haven't placed embedded there, but embedded systems are also there. So we can say we can build applications for more than six, almost seven platforms with single code base. So don't you think it's a special feature? Yeah, okay. All right. You can contact Mr. Hassan for the details if you want to have a course for Flutter. He will guide you. You are welcome. You are, yes, please. All right. So, all right. Take care. All right. Allah Hafiz. Goodbye.